Welcome to Spirit Essence Show 2.0. Yes, I brought it back. Yes, I have revamped it. And yes, I am excited. We've kept it small, but powerful, full of value. And it's all about bringing the spiritual, holistic, and metaphysical communities together. Most of you will know who I am, Tara Diana, founder of Spirit Essence by Tara Diana. And I am going to bring to you people from my local space. I'm in Vancouver, British Columbia, and then from all over the world. And I am so excited because the very first person to be on my show, now that it's now 2.0, is uh, intuitive medium. He can tell you what else he calls himself, Ross Vanderhook. And I want to introduce his doggo, who we can't see, but I promise you, this is the most beautiful dog besides my own. No one get upset. No one get upset. You all know my dogs are here. Azrael. So, Ross, welcome to my space.
Hi.
Yes, welcome.
You know, I could probably grab him. You
Grab
want me
him.
to grab
Everyone loves a good dog.
All right, come here, buddy. He was scared, buddy. Oh my God, he was sleeping. Can you get up? No, he's tired. Oh, hey, buddy. He's like, no. That poor guy. He was sleeping. He
Do you
was.
know what? That is so awesome, though, because he had that look on his face like,
Oh yeah.
you're going to have words after Ross. We are.
Yeah. He is. He's like, really? It's quite comical. It's kind of how your dogs are all over the place. His spot at my little table is set up here. He loves to get underneath the chairs. I'm like, what is that all about?
Is he considered a white lab, Lovey?
Yeah, he's a yellow lab. Yeah, but he's
Yellow lab.
definitely got the white with the age. He just turned 10 end of November. And
Oh,
yeah, so what do you do? You cannot not love them, right?
exactly. I have so many. I mean, and if you follow me, you guys know if you hear the barking, just include it as energy, right? It's just
Yeah,
energy, friends. They're excited that you're here with us. Okay, Ross, tell us a little bit about your spiritual journey. What do you do? I saw you last weekend.
yeah.
You popped into a greetings from spirit. Didn't get a
Mhm.
chance to chat much, but tell me what you do. Tell our audience what you do as a medium.
Sure. I guess, well, currently, well, that's one of the fun things that we both feature out and do some work at the First United Spiritualist Church. In
Correct.
addition to that, I do some of my own workshops now where, teaching other people the basic kind of skills to get involved in how we do it and how the whole process works. A couple of other bookstores at Serendipities out in Steveston.
Yeah,
And
I
then
do a lot of work at Serendipities, yeah.
yeah, yes, yes.
I think
And
I've been there about 15 years.
wow,
I know.
it's a beautiful energy. Well, that whole little town, if anyone hasn't visited, like go visit it.
Yeah, that's in Steveston, Richmond, Serendipity's backyard.
Yeah,
Little town in Richmond, beautiful, beautiful place to go. The flow of energy in there is powerful. I'm very fussy about stores. I like very clean stores. You can have a lot of stuff in it, but I need to be able to maneuver my energy through it.
right.
And this
Yeah,
is one of those places I can do that.
yeah. And I also do some stuff for a few years now out of Reflections in Coquitlam, which again has been around for
Ever.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. And I quite enjoy that. And I've just started. There's another one that's called the Energy Tea Lounge that's out in Mission.
Oh my goodness, Ross. Well, have you so I've just got in touch with I've known Caroline forever, and we're gonna do a
Right.
big psychic fair, her and I out there.
Oh,
And
perfect.
yes, it's gonna be amazing. But Ross,
Yeah.
what do you do? What is it that you do, sir?
So how I got that is a good question.
Are you a medium? Are you a psychic? Are you an intuitive practitioner? Are you everything?
Oh, I don't know about everything, but yeah, a student. How about that?
Love it. Love it. All
I guess I refer to myself, or I market myself, if I can use that as a terminology for people, would be on the psychic medium. Where, and again, people may know the differences. If not, I'm sure you've gone into depth, or you can go into depth with them about that. Um, where again, with me, with the connection with the spirit guides, working with them to be able to link in with other people and bring through their loved ones, their spirit guides. And I feel very fortunate too, because people's animals will come in from time to time, and I
Mm,
love that. I
yes.
because they bring their person, like anything. It's like when the spirit or friends come through, they bring their personalities, and the animals are no different.
That's true. That is totally true. And
Mhm.
just for perspective, friends, a psychic medium, an intuitive medium, what you call yourself, the fact that you're calling yourself a medium is saying that you connect to a different realm, another side. A medium is basically conduit for spirit or universe or whatever to connect through us to provide something to someone else. So he's calling himself a psychic medium. That means he's using all the energies above, below, and within. Sisters and brothers, there we go.
Yeah. Well, I find as well, and even through the different mentors that I have, if the mediumship, which is obviously a much higher vibrational frequency where that energy is coming down, should that energy drop, then I'll tap into more of the psychic energy, what can be touching with people's auras, feeling the senses, to allow that vibration to build up again. And so my primarily, I guess you call it a skill, would be the clairvoyance. And for me, I describe to people, it's like I'm seeing a picture or I'm watching like a commercial, and I'm very grateful that I get to see in color, and that's how I translate to people. And obviously the clairsentient, the feeling, uh, Anyways,
Do you know
those are
what? I used to be such a clairvoyant. Used to be such a clairvoyant, and the more that I listened to spirit and my vibration continued to grow, and I started mentoring people, and I started doing a bit of a different work, which is why I
yeah,
went from just medium to empowerment medium, because the my contract with spirit now was suddenly that it was positive movement forward, push, push, push. We are going
right.
this way. And something that happened was I became very much a feeler. I've always been an empath,
Oh
as you
wow,
are, as any of us that do this work are.
yeah,
It very much became that feeler. So, it's different how we all do it. We all
it
do
is.
it uniquely.
Well, and the beauty of that is that it really, to me, it comes down because we're all individuals and we're all, whatever the human experience that we're having, it's unique to each of us. And I think that's part of the empathy. My nickname that my friends know me as, with that, I call myself Puddles. Oh, look at that thing. Oh, that's so beautiful. But I'm
I
okay
love
with that. Right? Where
And
your
so
heart is
you should
bleeding.
be. Like,
Pardon me?
for real, so you should be. One of
Yes.
the things that I find when because I do a lot of work in the spiritual community, both online and in person, is that I'm really drawn to people who are very authentic. And I
Mm.
don't know if I have like this weird little nose that sniffs people out and is like,
All
okay,
right.
this is
Uh-oh.
where I want to go, this is where I want to work,
That's
or
awesome.
not. And I'm not everyone's flavor, and
Mm.
that's okay because not everyone's my flavor, and that
Oh,
that doesn't bother me. It did at one point, but it doesn't bother me anymore. But
mm.
that leads me to a question, talking about being in other people's flavors, talking about being, a psychic medium. And I do want to say this, Ross. I love my guide is just going at it here. I do love how you said about the higher vibration, and if the vibration drops, how you not turn into, you turn
Yeah.
into that psychic. But you go down into that psychic energy, gather that up to bring it back up. That's a beautiful way of continuing the message, continuing the participation between yourself and the audience.
Oh, thank you.
I
Yeah.
love that.
And it's, you yourself, having, well, obviously running your own psychic events and fairs for many years. But I find as well that if I'm doing, back to back over several hours, that even my own energy, and so with that psychic connection as well, it can help sort of maintain or give me a type of balance with the energy, because it's, people that are just starting out, it's an astronomical amount of energy that gets transmitted throughout the process.
Well, you said
But
the word, you said the key word, and that's balance. If you do not have balance, then it will be very, remember, everyone's a psychic and everyone's a medium. Not everyone should do the work,
right,
right?
yes, Yeah.
That brings me to that question for you that I wanted
Mhm.
to kind of put out to you because I'm very interested to hear your thoughts on this. As a psychic medium, as someone who also I believe you have a, we call them muggle jobs. So you are both, you're tagging in and out of the real world, this world, that world, this world. You're tagging in and out,
Go around. Go
right?
around.
Where am I today? I'm
Yeah.
here. Okay. Um,
Ground.
tell me, Ross, what you think about this. How do you handle skeptics? How do you handle the people who may, you know what I always say to this? You can always tell when you're doing a group demonstration, when you're standing on platform, you can
Mhm.
always tell the people that have been dragged there by their wives or their girlfriends or their friends. You
Yeah.
can always tell them.
Yeah.
So how do you handle people that maybe you have a message for that really don't feel it, that aren't participating in your same thought process? How do you handle the skeptics?
So, it's such a wonderful question that because I have just recently experienced that, and I even experienced it at an event where exactly that. There was a couple of the members in the audience, and I asked people, especially in group settings, if I remember on one-on-one readings, but I always ask people, "Is anybody here not had a reading before?" And sure enough, at this event, the ones in the front, and you could feel that energy. They're like apprehensive. They're like, "What do we expect here?" And I was drawn to the guy initially. Again, the short of the story, he couldn't pick up what I was receiving, and I said, "That's okay, that's fine." I said, "If you can't take it," I said, "I need to leave it with you." I said, "Because I have to maintain my own energy." And I said, "I'm not offended." When I first started, I'd be, "Oh no, I can't deliver the message. Oh no, poor me." But I got to get over that. I had to get over that to think, "Oh, that's okay." And with the skeptics is the skeptics is well, um, one of the simplest forms that I always say to people in that is, well, yeah, but energy can't be created or destroyed, so it has to go somewhere. And
Yeah,
at least if that cracks the ice, and if they want to leave it there, great. And I'm comfortable as well if people say, "Hey, I'm not into this," then that's fine. Don't get the reading. The same as well. I've been in readings where I just can't. The connection isn't there, and I tell people as well, if you don't want to get read, you're not going to get read.
true. No
And
lie detected there.
right?
Yeah, if they
Yeah.
are not open to receive, they are going to block it in every way possible. And
Yes.
Ross, honestly, I've done this work for a very long time, I think I'm close to 25 years of doing
Wow.
this
Good for you.
professionally. And let me say this to you, baby. Let me say this with my full chest. I am no longer, I am no longer here to waste anyone's time, including my own.
Yes.
So if you can't take a message, I'm okay with that. I will tell
Yes.
you 9 times out of 10, I will say, put it on the shelf, boo. Put it on the shelf. And those
Mhm.
people will find me later and be like, I know what you were talking about now.
Yeah. No, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And there's the same as well where people that are into the spiritualism and then all of a sudden they go away from it. And I don't want to name even some of the bigger names. We're not here to discriminate against it, but it's amazing how it changes. But for me, walking in this path, it's so infinite. And why would I ever try to define the beauty of that infinite, especially when it continues to show us its divine love in messages, its purity that we'll never truly able to describe to people, but the feeling of it. And that's why I get all welled up during readings when I can feel that love come through. I'm like, my God, if that's just like that in a message, what's it like when you're back there again?
Right? And
Yeah.
isn't that a beautiful thing? It makes me kind of giggle a little bit because, uh, you know, I, so I've been to Arthur Finlay. I've been around. I've been around the block, Ross. I've been around, but in a good spiritual way. Let me say this. Um, One of the things that I've never ever conformed to, in regards to evidential mediumship, I am an evidential medium, bar none. I provide evidence in whatever way spirit gives me the evidence.
Mhm.
And I'm very grateful that I am a good receiver of that and to be able to pass it on. Blessed. Having said that, I don't believe, and this is where I'm sure everyone at Stansted is throwing darts at me right now, but I don't believe that the evidence is more important than the message, and I never have. So, thank you. Thank you very much. I do not believe that. I believe if you can give 3 good pieces of information,
Yes.
excuse me, if you can give 3 good pieces of information, if you can see in your client's eyes that they know who you're talking about,
Yes.
then you can go right into the message. Now, if you don't see that, if you don't see them, they're not, I'm not sure, that could be several people, or can you get a little more? I'm happy to do that as long as
Yes.
that we all feel like we're on the same page. If they're not
Yes.
saying no, I don't take any of that, then I'm happy to do that. But the message for me, hence why I believe spirit came through and said your focus should be on the message. Be the evidential medium, but focus on the message, because the
Yes.
message is what is important.
I agree with you. There's an infinite amount of percentage on that. And it well, and that and and I feel very fortunate in my life, because where I really got into this was when I was living in London, England.
Uh-huh.
And even where I lived just outside of Wimbledon, there was 3 spiritualist churches within 10 minutes of it. One I could walk to. Then they just went from there. And for me, the best of the best mediums, like the best that I'd ever seen, they would get, I'm getting goosebumps. They would give 3 messages at once. They'd be focused on the individual here. They'd get drawn over there. They'd get over here, come back, finish up the message with that person, and then finish up with these two. I was like, what just happened?
Do you know that I can I'm gonna say this. That is one of the gifts that I can do. I can be like downloading like crazy, and I'm like, okay, I've got brother over here. Can you stay with me over here? I feel like I have your daughter over here. There's a cat walking down the hall. Who's got the cat?
Yeah,
But again, everyone likes a different delivery. Everyone likes a different, so the skeptics want something that's going to smash them across the face, right? They're like, they want to be snookered right in the face there. And sometimes that will happen in a big way, and sometimes they'll have to
sure.
sit back and take it in a little way. But you're right. As a conduit for spirit, I don't believe I owe anyone anything.
No.
Does that make sense to you? Being of
Yeah,
service is
yeah,
my choice.
yes. It is. And to
Mhm.
do and it's really beautiful you say that, because whenever I start or I first meet people, or even when people come back for multiple readings over the time, I always say that when I do this work, I do it on a loving, encouraging, and an inspirational vibration. I want nothing to do with heavy lower energies. And that's the vibration that I work, and that's the vibration that I ask spirit to come in that, and that may the person wanting the message, may they receive what it is that spirit has to say. And you may not like what it is, but sometimes we need to be told we're hanging here, and hey, we're not looking, we're not looking in the mirror, we're not owning our own stuff. And I've had my own readings like that as well, and that's for me to step up to the plate and get to my next progress.
That is so powerful, because one of the greatest things that will turn someone away from the reading that they've received is because they have it in their mind they needed to hear something specific. They've already judged the message because they've
Yeah.
come in looking for something for specific. And I feel that I've given a top-notch message from spirit when they can say, "Well, that's not what I wanted to hear, but I can take that."
Nice. Yes.
Right? That's when I'm like, "Okay, boo, we're connected, we're good. Come back
Yeah.
next time." Right?
Yeah. Yeah. I love it as well when people will at the end of it, and they'll thank me, or they'll not even so much to thank. I don't need to be thanked, but I love the fact when they say, wow, what came through has really given me a lot to think about. I'm like, for me, I feel that the connections have been whatever they were meant to be.
Exactly.
Like you say, it's not about me during the message. I got to get the mind out of the way and let it go.
Yeah, for
Right.
real. Oh my goodness. Ross, this has been a pleasure.
Thank
I
you.
absolutely love hanging with. We must spend more time together, my friend.
And
I am sure there's lots of things that we can slay over here in Vancouver, British Columbia. Azrael,
love it.
I'm sorry that he woke you up, boo.
Oh,
It's
he's out.
okay. Yeah, he's out. So are the dog. I've only got one dog left in here. Oh, see, there goes the other ones.
There we
Ross,
go.
how do we find you? How does the audience find you? Where can they hook up with you? What's your social media?
Yeah, so right now you can find me on. I use a Dream Striver as on for Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. You can find me there. I'm working on the whole web page thing. I've been still a little bit what I would call under the radar, but I don't think I'll be able to keep that low key file much more. And I wrote a book too called 101 Inspirational Moments that you can get on Amazon or Kindle. And
Oh,
yeah, it's all about pictures that I've
no,
taken and some friends of mine, and it's all inspirational writings with each of the pictures. And I'll have later this year, I got an autobiography. I spent 20 years living and traveling all over the world, and I wrote a book about it.
that I do know.
Yeah, yeah. So that'll be available. I'm hoping later this year. It's just I got to edit it, and that's just it's work.
For sure. Uh, I want everyone to go and check out Ross. Go and check
Okay.
him out. He is a wonderful man. He works from his heart, which is very important in my world. I want you guys to check out not only Ross, but check out my new podcast, babies. Nancy, Lindsay, Frankie, and I have got our new podcast out. We're on all the places that you find your podcast: Spotify, Apple, oh my God, Amazon, Google. I don't know. They named it all off to me. It's called Spirits, Angels and Guides. Oh my, check us out.
Awesome.
You like us? Give us a 5-star review. You know.
Big
Other
heart. Big heart.
other than that, Ross, I am so excited to see what you do in the coming year. May
Appreciate that.
2024 be everything you need it to be.
All right. God bless. Thank you.
Mwah!
It's been so much fun. Thank you.
Okay, Spirit Essence Gang, we are signing off. Stay divine.